I was walking at King's Landing and I noticed these little holes in the sand by the river, by the ocean water. So I was wondering what it was. It's actually little crabs. I think I scared them all away. I think they're little mud crabs, but they leave these little tiny burrows that they sit in. And it made me think of all the lava we have here that also has little holes in it. The reason I'm here today is I have a hypothesis that we don't know how many people lived here or for how long because of our volcanic activity. So my hunch is that a lot of these erratic lava flows that you see that look kind of structured. I'm a geologist at UH-ELO, and unless there's a lobe for this flow, it could just be a flow on top of an existing structure. That's how you get those cavities like this. Because the only other way that a cavity could form is from this soft dirt, loess, I think it would be called, is we're actually on an estuary, but it's so flat here, you can't really tell that there's been any slope to show you where the lava flow would be. So right now, I have gone completely around this rock formation. These are the kind of things I'm seeing. I don't know if you could see that. So when basalt forms, it can form into columnar basalt, but that is straight up. So you have these human markings. These rocks are not rocks. These are stones placed here. And I think what happens is because the lava flows are so fast here, they're very quick because it's very steep and the consistency of the lava is very thin. So as you can see, I have gone completely around the structure. If it is from a lava flow, there would have been something to bring it to that point. Lava only sits on high areas when there's something that's going over. So for these structures to have formed, now I'm saying structure, I'm literally walking on right now. There must have been something under this flow. You can't just have lava in one chunk. Now I could be wrong. This could be a very old flow, and it's just been weathered away from the river system here. But I don't think so. This is clearly, this is either fractures from cooling, which is possible. No. This is walls. I'm pretty sure. You can even see the lines between the rocks. So this kind of thing where it would be a fissure, where it's a break, that could be from cooling. But the way it's structured, now I could just be seeing stuff, which is very possible. I've just started taking meds for depression, and one of the side effects is delusional thinking. But this is not natural. This is a heiau. And if it's not a heiau, it's at least a village. This whole place must have been a village at one point. And then lava just came in. And just like it does in Kalapana and Puna, it goes over everything and melts it. The lava is so hot that it can melt this super strong rock, and it's all the same oxidation color except here. So this oxidation, can you see? This happens when hot rock comes in contact with something and is given time to cool. Oh. You can see on the bottom there that this is actually rocks stacked on top of each other. This ironwood has cut through. So the oxidation I was talking about, it's from the minerals inside the lava, mainly iron, magnesium, not magnesium, but potassium will give you this red color. So this thing was heated so hard, it baked. This is like bro, that's crazy. And it split. It fissured this whole thing. Yeah. See, this is the top. And what do we have? So this is a heat fissure, because it doesn't connect all the way. This is not. That one should not be. It could be. It is going to the ground. But we're also seeing the same oxidation in the center. So it could be a lava that's come up through the ground. If the magma body's close enough to the surface, I don't see why that would be a problem. But this rifting is weird. I don't, so it could, yeah, I don't know. Now we have this tree's old, not as old. So this big tree is post contact. This is a ficus. So this tree was able to set up in this area so long, well, pretty recent, because we don't have this type of ficus native to Hawaii. And it's been surrounded by all the hala. I'd like to sample this, at least see a core. It's parasitized something. It's parasitized this other, I have to look up what this round leaf's called, but yeah, I don't know. I'm seeing, yeah. I honestly can't say. This could be a collapse of like a hornado structure. That's the only thing that does this dome thing. So that's a lot of hornados though. I'm gonna keep going and see if I can find anything else that looks like this. Brought out Honu, brought me to the ocean. Oh, shoots, bruh. Yee. So this is the lowest point. You can see how strong the waves get here. So this all could just be carved out by waves. That could be why it has like this block, like, so rock has to form somehow. These round stones, they are from the water. So what happens is the water comes in, breaks the structure, it starts tumbling all the rocks. This is a big, like, a tumbler. Like, I know hippies, like, this is what that happens. So that's what this is. But for these rocks to break in this fashion, they're awfully, they're pretty uniform, I feel. I know it's a density related issue. So we're on a tidal zone. So what happens is the water comes from the ocean and it's pushed up onto the land here, and then it washes up until the high tide line. So there's like sticks and stuff. You can tell that the water got up to here at least. I can see that from the waves. It's left the ironwood needles all over the rock and it's cleaned it out. So whatever lightest will be carried out into the ocean. That's why you get sand. And whatever is too large will get deposited. So these had to be small enough that they would collect here. Now these are strong waves. So I just don't see I don't know enough about the action of the ocean on Hawaiian basalt to create these round rocks, but they're awful uniform. And I don't know if it's just me, but I'm seeing a lot of separations. Now, when basalt enters the water, it will do something called pillow basalt. So that could give the uniform nature, but that's more likely in a deep marine setting. It wouldn't, I don't think it would form in blocks like this. This is what I'm seeing. This could be columnar. It could just be the cleavage of the rock itself. But I'm just seeing too many angles for it to just be cooling only. People did live here. People still come here. It's not crazy to assume that this used to be a village, and we know it probably was. If I check the history, I could find when the people were last here. But the thing we have a problem with in Hawaii is we don't know where all the people are, especially over time. So I think there's a lot of these settlements, and I think that's what they are. I think the lava swept in and just covered the whole town. That's why you'd have this flow. Lava does get tall, and it can solidify like that. And you also have to remember, at the time of contact, the ocean was 100 or 1,000 feet inland. The Hawaiian island and it's on the Pacific plate. It's moved to the right over the at least 1,000 years. And at that time, sea temperatures were lower. We were at a cooler period in the Earth's history. I think a lot of the settlements are actually down in there, and that the water has come up. I think the ancients, I feel like they lived just as we did, but just in a different way. And I don't know. I'm crazy, right? Here we have an example of a stone. Now, it could be, you see what I mean? So, this could be natural. Could be. Most likely. It could just be columnar basalt. Depending on the type of lava it is, it will form differently, I'm pretty sure. Every mineral has a thing called its like form, crystal form. So olivine, which is the primary mineral and rock here, as soon as I say it, I can't find it. So that has, I forget what the crystal class is. I gotta ask my teacher. But most of lava is holes. So I know these look like rocks. Rock, right? That's a rock. Rocks aren't dirt here. Rocks here are glass. So rock behaves oddly when it's superheated. It does not become a liquid, but it becomes molten or plastic. So it can then form into whatever shape it cools into. So these holes, they're not little animals. All these holes are air pockets. So as the rock is cooling, it's degassing. All the heat is coming up off the rock and it's creating these air bubbles. What was my point? I really had one, and I'll get back to it eventually. So these rocks are technically closer to glass. They don't have that much in them. I do work for UH where I look at the olivines. We have to sieve down huge samples of rock. What we do is we break the rock and then grind it to a powder. Then we separate out the olivine to see what environment it formed in. The olivine will have bubbles inside of it, just as the lava rock does. And yeah, I got distracted by a rock. So this one's different. More dense. This is a core of the rock. So as the rock cools, it releases gas up through the melted lava, and that causes the inside core of the rock to be more dense. You can see it. Light, because it has holes. The stuff I'm walking on is harder. That's why it's resisted time so well. It's dense. It is more fortified. It can't be broken as easily, even though it's on the top, which is opposite. The thing that's supposed to happen is that the top is the part that breaks off. I don't see a lot of tops that are broken off. I see a lot of fissures, and I see a lot of cracks. I cut myself. It's okay then. So I don't know. These rocks are different. They're oxidized. These are the cores. That's why they're still here. They're heavy. They all make sound. Everything here makes noise because it's glass. It's a bell, basically. It has minerals in it, including magnesium, iron, silica, which is what glass is. Glass is silica and oxygen. That's why it's clear. It's bubbles. It's basically trapped air. That's how you can think about it. I had a point. And this place goes forever. And we're still going. What I'm trying to do today is have fun. Also, I want to find something that's standing out a lot. So, the ancient Hawaiians, they didn't have any metal, even though what comes out of the earth is, well, this is metal, this is glass, but it's super strong, it doesn't break. So why use metal when literally this super strong material you could just get at the beach? And if you get it from the beach, it's already been polished. It's been ground down from the water. And you see them, these round stones. Not all the stones get that round. I don't know what causes it. Some stones are more blocky. Look at this. Do you see what I see? Could be a columnar basalt. That's definitely possible. We have evidence that columnar basalt was used for construction. There's Gunung Padang in Indonesia. That is a pyramid made of basalt blocks, much skinnier than here. Some parts of Polynesia and Melanesia can have lava like that. Why isn't it like that? We have two main forms of lava. This is actually pahoehoe, not This is all pahoehoe. When it's ropey like this, that's showing you that it was a river of lava and it cooled as it was traveling. So this is weird. So look, there was something here. This is dirt. This isn't rock. This is rock. That's rock. Most of this, I gotta amend it. I think this is reef. I have a belief. It's rock. Thank God. But it's been colonized by the reef because it's a tidal area. Okay. What do we see? Holes. You know what makes holes? Holes. What makes holes? Holes can be made by these. That's definitely possible. These big rocks are acting like basically your Auntie Tutu's Hanabata Sista poi pounder. So it will grind into the ground. The waves will come in and it'll grind it out. This is what I don't get. Why? What's the separation? This is a different. Is it either colonnade? Yeah, it's because this different rock is sticking out. I don't know. I don't know anything. I just see this stuff, but I don't know what to do with it. So I'm telling you. One, it's strong over here. So that would explain the breaking. These aren't fissures. It's just the waves. The wave action is breaking the rock. But I'm still wondering about the blocks. So this is where the, I don't know. I gotta go. Thanks for listening. Columnar basalt, I think. But I'm not sure.